3 embassies are now monitoring my online activity. My phone rings at odd hours with no one on the other end. And that linguistics professor who contacted me last week? His university claims no one by that name has ever worked there. All because I uncovered something about a European country that powerful people want kept quiet. Hit subscribe before this video mysteriously disappears. I've backed it up on 17 different servers, but still, you never know. It started in a basement bookshop in Prague. The kind with no website, no social media, no digital footprint at all. The kind you only find if someone wants you to find it. The shopkeeper, a man with eyes that darted constantly to the door, said nothing as he slid a locked box across the counter. Inside, diplomatic passports spanning 5 decades. What I discovered in those pages kept me awake for 3 straight nights. A single country with 17 different names, not nicknames, not translations. 17 distinct official designations used by governments, international bodies, and citizens themselves. You might know it as Belarus, or is it Byelorussia, White Russia, the Republic of Belarus? Each name unlocks a different door, and some doors were never meant to be opened. This isn't just linguistic trivia. The name someone chooses reveals everything. Their political allegiances, their vision for the country's future, possibly even who they report to. Belarus translates to White Rus. But the origin of white remains suspiciously unclear. The official explanation involves traditional clothing. Others mention snow. The more scholarly sources reference Mongol invasions. But there's another theory, one that's been systematically erased from academic papers. White was a directional term in medieval geopolitics, a code used to designate territories of strategic importance. Territories that powerful neighbors always intended to reclaim. During Soviet times, they called it Byelorussian Soviet Socialist Republic, a name designed to be forgettable, to blend into the background of Soviet territories. When the USSR collapsed, they became Republic of Belarus. But depending on who's speaking and who's listening, any of the 17 variations might be deployed. I've obtained a classified document, and no, I won't reveal my source, mapping how different names correlate with different political movements. It's essentially a covert identification system. Say Belarusian Democratic Republic in certain circles, and doors either open or closed permanently. Through encrypted channels, I spoke with locals who confirmed my suspicions. They switch between names constantly, adapting like chameleons. One contact told me, with family who lived through Soviet times, I use one name. With government officials, another. With Western friends, a third. The wrong choice could cost me everything. Let me decode some of these 17 names, because each one is a key to a different reality. Belarus, the official designation, preferred by those aligned with current power structures. Byelorussia, signals. Russian sympathies, used by those who see the country as part of a greater Russian sphere. White Russia, popular in Western diplomatic cables, suggesting a country distinct from Russia proper. White Ruthenia, used in historical contexts, often by those emphasizing pre-Soviet heritage. Belarusian Democratic Republic, a political statement disguised as a name, signaling opposition alignment. Byelorussian SSR, still used in certain circles where Soviet nostalgia runs deep. Each variation isn't just a name, it's a secret handshake, a password, a declaration of loyalty. Since beginning this investigation, strange things have happened. Files disappear from my computer. Unmarked vehicles park outside my building. My last 3 food delivery orders were accepted but never arrived. The deeper I dig, the more I realize this naming system extends beyond official documents. The United Nations uses one version, NATO another. Historical archives contain variations that modern search engines mysteriously can't find. In 1995, something happened that few outside the country noticed. A referendum changed national symbols, reverting to Soviet-inspired imagery. Simultaneously, the government began aggressively standardizing the country's name, while opposition groups clung to alternatives. It wasn't just about symbols, it was about erasing certain versions of history. What makes this truly unsettling is how the name controversy mirrors the country's precarious position. Trapped in a geopolitical shadow zone claimed by multiple spheres of influence, its very identity contested territory. The name battle isn't just symbolic, it's an actual intelligence operation. Every time someone chooses one version over another, they're signaling allegiance in an invisible Cold War that never really ended. And ordinary citizens navigate this coded language daily, never certain if the name they choose might someday be used against them. So the next time you hear someone refer to Belarus, or whatever name they select, know that you're not just hearing a country mentioned. You're witnessing a covert declaration of loyalty, a subtle positioning in a game where the rules are never explicitly stated. If this revelation disturbs you as much as it should, hit that like button. Comment below with what other countries' secret naming politics I should investigate next, if I'm still able to make videos, that is. Stay vigilant, stay skeptical, and remember, sometimes the most powerful secrets hide in plain sight, disguised as something as innocent as a country's name. I need to end this now. There's someone at my door and I'm not expecting anyone.